We can't do it alone. What is the it for you? What is the it for you? It can be something as simple as face a disease or face the disease of a loved one. That can be it. We can't do it alone. We don't have to. God is with us. God is there for us. It can be a challenging relationship where every time we see this person, it's awkward. We can't do it alone. We don't have to do it alone. God is with us. God is for us. God is there for us. It can be a challenging family situation. It can be any of the concerns we've lifted up today. We can't do it alone. We don't have to do it alone. God is with us. God is for us. God will see us through it. That's what we're reminding ourselves of. Whether it's lofty things where we desire to make a difference, we can't do it alone. We don't have to do it alone. He's with us. He's for us. He'll see us through it. Do you believe that? That's really what we're talking about today. Whether it's serving our community, whether it's trying to help people, whether it's bringing justice to those who are oppressed, whether it's bringing freedom to those who are enslaved. We can't do it alone. We don't have to do it alone. God is with us. God is for us, and He'll work through us to accomplish His purpose. That's really what we're talking about today. We're called to pray for one another as we carry on Christ's work. We're called to pray. God isn't somehow an option. If we're in the throes of trouble, if we're in the throes of stress, we know that. We know that God isn't peripheral. It's not in times of crisis that most of us need to be reminded that we need to pray. No, it's usually when things are going well, when things are going smoothly. It's at those times that we need to remember, none of this is going to happen. None of this has happened apart from the grace of God. God does have a plan for the world, and God and Jesus has given us orders, and He's told us very specifically that we need to be impacting the world, and He's told us how to impact the world. He's saying that we want the world to be a better place, and we want it to be filled with better people. And He said, if you want the world to be a better place, if you want there to be better people, then they need to know me. They need to follow me. They need to trust that their approach, our approach, the one that we naturally come up with, isn't adequate, isn't sufficient, isn't working. And so He's saying to you, He came right in the middle of human history and said, all the things that have come before me, I'm in fulfillment of in terms of God. And He said every challenge that's faced can ultimately be dealt with if you'll simply do this. Follow me, trust in me, walk with me, and encourage others to do the same. Now that's an overwhelming task. Everyone, everywhere needs to know the Lord. That's ultimately what people need. I think it can be pretty well demonstrated that as our world has drifted further and further away from God, as communities drift further from God, as families drift further from God, it's not good. There's more loneliness, there's more violence, there's more anxiety, there's more hatred, and so we need to turn to Him, and the answer is annoyingly simple: devote yourself to prayer. Pray. Devote yourself to prayer. Which, of course, takes a basic humility. Lord, when I pray, I'm admitting that I can't entirely handle this thing, that I need your help. Devote yourself to prayer. Being alert and being thankful. Inexplicably, many people are bored today. We have probably less reason to be bored than ever. And we do any number of things when we're bored. We break these out. Now, how long, have you ever timed yourself? Sometimes it seems like I can't go more than 30 seconds without pulling this out and checking the weather. Probably hasn't changed. Or the score, or any number of things. We're bored. But he says we're to be alert. We're to be alert. Alert like those people who are on a mission, who have been given a mission. Alert as if those people are going to be, as if we're going to be held accountable for the mission that he's given us. He said, look, I want my followers to make more followers. I want you to live in such a way that people know me better. Every one of you. Every one of you. At the end of the day, we do many different things in different ways, but ultimately behind it all is our desire that they might know him. You know, I think he wants us to go to bed at night and say, did I do everything? Was I in touch with you enough? Devote yourself to prayer, keeping alert, and be thankful. Thankful for what he's doing. Thankful even in the midst of pain. Even in the midst of really tough stuff. Somehow he doesn't abandon us, and he's right there with us. And so he says, always pray and don't lose heart. Jesus knew that it's so easy for us to lose heart. We have abundant reasons to lose heart and to get discouraged. He says, always pray. Know that he says in another place, my Father is always working. He's always working. And in another place it says he's always working for good. So pray and know that 24/7, I never slumber, I never sleep. Turn to me. I'm there for you. Pray continually. Keeping in mind, we're just the branches. He's the vine. We're channels to do and accomplish his mission. If we truly believe we can't do it alone, then, by all means, we need to pray. We need to pray. So that's point one. Point one, pretty clear? What's point one? We need to pray. We need to pray. And then clearly share the gospel. Share the good news. Whenever I make a point, I try to begin by making a connection with that hopefully starts with where we might be at, where we're at in our lives, and then talk about how Scripture connects with that. And the way I would begin in this particular point is to say, what's our problem? What's our problem, humanity? What's our basic problem? When I say our basic problem, I mean this. If everything else in our life is fixed and this problem isn't addressed or solved, that's our basic problem. If everything else is all lined up and all good and this is not good, we still are in trouble. Or if this one thing is taken care of, if this one thing is repaired, fixed, solved, and nothing else is, then life is good. And what is that? It's our relationship with God. It's our relationship with God, because we weren't intended to go it alone. In fact, God said in Genesis, it's not good for you to be alone. We need to be in community. We need to be working with him and know that he is with us. Example, the coronavirus. The coronavirus has started in a relatively small region of the planet, the Wuhan province in China, and thousands of people have been impacted. I believe thousands of people now have died, and it's very contagious. And the thing that's so frightening to us is that we don't have a shot. We don't have an easy treatment. We can't say, just do this and you'll be better. And until we get to that point, people are dying, and it's scary. It's scary. And so How are people responding? Well, the church in China is responding in this way, as Christians have throughout the centuries. And this illustrates the basic problem that all people have and what happens when that is solved. So these are followers of Christ who have come to him and trust in him, and therefore, because they trust in him, they believe him when he says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me." They believe him when he says, "I am the resurrection and the life. Those who believe in me will live even though they die. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die." So they trust in him, so that ultimate question of their relationship with God is settled. But what makes us so different from others as we face something like the coronavirus, our own mortality, is hope. And they're dealing with folks that are hopeless. And because their eternities are secure, they go forth and they pass out masks to others. And they say, as I do that, I want you to know I do it in Jesus' name. And I trust in him that no matter what happens, I'll be okay. And you too can trust in him. So they do both. See, they're passing out masks so people can't say, well, if Christians focus on the main thing, the basic problem, they won't be concerned about people's basic needs. It's not true at all. It's not true. It's never been true of the church. We've always done both. I mean, we've always said, we're going to feed you, but I want you to know that behind my desire to feed you is I'm doing it in the name of the one who said, I am the bread of life. Whoever believes in me will never hunger. Whoever trusts in me will never go thirsty. So that's the basic problem. And the basic solution is the gospel. And I just want to double check to make sure that we know. What does the gospel say is our core and basic problem? We've talked about it already. Separation from God. And the word the Bible uses for that is sinfulness, sin. You know, it shows that it rears its ugly head in so many ways. We get addicted to substances. We treat people poorly. We have an inflated view of ourselves. It shows itself in so many ways. We can't do what we want to do. It rears its ugly head in so many ways. And Jesus said, I can help you with that. I can actually get at your heart and perform true heart surgery and really do a heart transplant and give you a new heart. And so the answer to that problem is to, number one, turn from it and say, well, the answer isn't inside me. In fact, inside me is the problem. And I'm going to turn to you in trust and believe that you, Jesus, when you died for me, you took my sins and died for my sins on the cross, and you rose to give me the hope of new life. Is it hard so far? Is this a complex message? Is this a hard thing to convey? I mean, is this something that'll take an hour? No. And is this is remedial education for all of you, right? Do you believe that? And people need to respond. God doesn't want anybody to be forced into his kingdom, won't force anybody into his kingdom. And we need to respond in faith and trust, repentance and faith, repentance and faith. That solves the basic issue. Hear me, I'm not saying there aren't a multitude of other problems. But some of those problems will only ultimately be solved by death or when a new world is coming. Now, we work to do what we can now, but knowing that ultimately the thing that we need to get at is that basic heart issue. That everybody's separated from God and they need him, and Christ came to offer life abundant to everyone. Does that make sense? Point 2. But what about those, and how do we interact with people who don't believe? In some ways, it seems like these are verses that the church hasn't always read, because The church sometimes has an idea that, well, our approach needs to be, we need to tell those that don't believe everything that they've done wrong. And lead with that. Lead with, okay, this is how you're messing up, and God is mad at you about that, and we lead with that. Oddly enough, that hasn't gone that well. People don't respond to that because that's not the message. That's not the message. The message isn't you've screwed up, it's that we've all messed up. We've all got a problem, and we all need His help. It says, live wisely among those who are not believers. Make the most of every opportunity. Maybe the person we're married to, it might be our parents, it might be our siblings, it might be our coworkers. Live wisely, praying for them, knowing that there'll come a time, there'll come a moment when they say, can you ask your religious people to pray for me? There'll be an opportunity, and when it comes, we need to be ready. We need to be ready. Make the most of every opportunity. Let your conversation be gracious and attractive. Attractive. You mean people shouldn't be guilted into God? No, they shouldn't be guilted into God. You mean they shouldn't be forced into church? Nope, that wasn't plan A, plan B, plan C. That wasn't. That's a parental approach. I support it. But of course, there comes a point where people are adults and then they make their own choices. Let your conversation be gracious and attractive so that people will want, and also be sure that you have the right response for everyone, the answer to their questions. Just a quick plug. My Lenten study this year is all going to be about questions that we ask and questions that we're asked as we seek to follow Christ. And I want to deal with those things. And if you don't trust this book, I want you to see why it is that we do and why you can too. And if you're not locked in about Jesus being the way, the truth, and the life, and you wonder about that, and you wonder why Christians for centuries have claimed that He is unique, and you have a question about that, let's get that answered. But I say it's a courageous study because of this. Once we settle these things, and it turns out this really is the Word of God, wow, then that's the authority and not me. And if He's who He said He is, then He's the authority and not me. It takes the pressure off, but at the same time, it affects the way I live. So if you have questions or you've heard questions, send them to me, pastorjohn@southumc.com. Study starts March 8th. Next Sunday, we're having a prayer meeting here, prayer service with the Church of the Nazarene, Salvation Army, and Church of the Living God, our other churches that are on board. I think folks from Trinity come to that as well. But so that's next week, and then the following week, we're going to have 4 sessions week after week from 6. The time will be at the same time as youth group, but we just have to negotiate that. So anyway, but so the message, you had to put it in a nutshell, pray. Jesus is what we need to remember, His message, and we need to be gracious and wise and make the most of those opportunities that God will give us. Let's pray. Dear Lord, we thank You for this opportunity to reflect on our desire to make a difference in our world. Lord, and we know that for many of us right now, the world and our task is what's going on in our lives and in our families. And so, Lord, we turn to You in that and through that and for Your help. Help us, Lord. And help us to remember, thank You for reminding us that ultimately We need you. We need you. And help us to be ready when people come, as they inevitably will. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.